Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey with us by hitting that subscription button right below in red. It's free of charge. You don't pay anything for it, and it helps the channel. And also don't forget to hit the bell notifications for new uploads. I want to thank every single one of you for all your beautiful comments and your support. Thank you so much. And I would like to mention that right up top, there's 3 little buttons. You can click there to slow down the video to the speed you would like if I'm too fast for you. Also, right next to it, there's the CC, closed caption. You can turn that on and you can pause the video and take notes of everything that will be written down here on the stitch that I will be calling. In case you don't have the CC up there or the 3 little buttons on the video up top, there's 3 little buttons. You just click there on the settings and it's in there. You can slow down the video and also turn your closed caption on. The next thing I would like to mention is in the description box, everything is always listed below. There's a little arrow right, like a V, upside down, right below the video on the right side. If you click that little arrow, everything will be in the description box. So I have my Facebook page for the crochet. I also have a Facebook group, crochet, that you can join if you have a profile on your Facebook. And you can join us in the group. It's a private group. So, of course, you have to have a profile. If you don't, then unfortunately you can't, because there's too many scammers going around with the groups, and I want to make sure that we're all safe and nobody's going around scamming anybody. I see a lot of that in the groups nowadays, and I'm taking myself away from the groups due to that fact, and also the fact that there's some nastiness going on, especially coming out of administration's mouth. That's not a good thing. So I decided to create my own, inviting you to be part of it if you'd like to. What else? So I also would like to mention, if you please want to help to donate for the women in need of thread and yarn, I need your help to buy them the thread and yarn. I have my PayPal account below in the description box. You can donate whatever you feel like. Everything adds up at the end, so we can help these women to get them busy with, creating some pieces and distract their minds from the daily life stress that they might be going through. It could be a mental stress, it could be family stress, it could be mothers alone with children that cannot afford to buy these threads and yarn. So I really want to help them out, and the only way I can do it is by you and I together helping them out. So please be generous and help out. It doesn't matter the amount. And I want to thank you so much for helping. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm sure they will appreciate you too, very, very much so. So thank you again. Anything else? I hope I'm not forgetting. So normally when I'm calling out the stitch and I say chain 1 for space, and I usually say chain 1 separation, that means for space. If your stitch is too tight, then do an extra chain. So instead of doing 1, you do 2 chain. If your stitch is too loose, then do less 1 chain. Also, when your stitch is extremely tight, you should go with the hook, 1 hook size bigger than your normal that you use, because that will help to loosen up the stitch when you're going into the second row and try to put your stitches in. Okay, so thank you so much, everybody. We're going to get started. Please also share, give a thumbs up on the video. It helps to circulate the video and have the channel to be recognized. Share on your Facebook public with your family and friends. Have them join us together as one big family. So thank you so much, everybody. I send much hug and love to every single one of you, and many blessings from the universe. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, everyone. So today we're going to be creating a tablecloth, round tablecloth. I had created this tablecloth quite a few years ago, and I had a special request to do a tutorial on this tablecloth. So Karen, I hope you're going to enjoy this tutorial. And with this tablecloth, you can go bigger if you want by adding more rows to it. So when we get there, I'll let you know exactly which rows you can add more. Okay, so this is 80% cotton thread, 20% fibers. Different fibers, have no idea what it is. So I'll be using these. Now this tablecloth, it's mostly double crochet, but it does have granny squares almost at the end. So I'll be using these ones for the granny squares. Mix a few here and there in between the tablecloth, and this is like a tan color, beige tan. Okay, so we're going to get started. We're going to use a 6.0 hook because this is the different companies have different numbers for these things. They say this is a two equivalent as a 6-ply. Okay, so it's thick enough, and the thicker the yarn thread, of course, the bigger the pattern. So it's perfect for tablecloths to get them bigger and fast. Okay, so we're going to get started now. Most probably I will probably have to do 2-3 tutorials on this in order to fit all the stitch in, because it does take time consuming to record, and it takes a lot of memory on my cell phone. Okay, so let's get started, everybody. Don't forget you need a pair of scissors, of course, and a small hook to tuck in loose ends. All right, so the first thing we want to do is that magic circle. So you just turn it once in your finger like you're making an X. Okay, then you'd come and take from behind and do your first slip stitch. Let's close it a bit here. We're going to do 3 chain with that one we did, the first one, and inside of the circle we're going to do 23 double crochet. With the chain we went up total of 24 double crochet, row 1. So I'll meet you at the end. Coming to the 24th double crochet, we're going to go into the 3rd space here on our chain. Of course, my stitch is always so tight with a slip stitch. Okay, I'm just going to pull the cord a bit. Now you don't want to pull too much on the cord here because there is 24 chains in there, double crochet, so you don't want to crumple it up, because if you pull too much on here, then all your stitches, all your double crochets will be too cramped up. We don't want to do that. We wanted to have it comfortably. So as far for the rest, we're going to tuck in I think we're just going to tuck in a little bit until we get a few more stitches in, just so it doesn't come out of place. And then we can see how far we can pull the string together. Okay. So I'm just going to just go through a couple of them here, just so it can stay in place. And then we're going to continue on. So then we're going to go up 1, 2 chain for me. For some of you, maybe 3 chain, depending upon your tension. So I'm just going to move this, see if maybe that's going to help you to see the stitch better, I think. Next space, double crochet. So we're going to create groups of 3 double crochet, 1 per space. Next space, double crochet. And 2 chain separation for space 1. Next space, sorry, double crochet. We're going to create the groups again. So all the way around, we're going to create these groups. We're going to have a total of 8 groups. 2 chain separation, next space, so 1 per space, and create the 3 groups of double crochet. Row 2. Coming to the end, chain 2, coming into my second place here. For some of you, third space on the chain that we went up. And we're going to have 8 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Row 3. So I'm going to do the walk. I call it the walk with a slip stitch to the center of the square here. And getting into the center, I'm going to do a single and 2 chains. This would equal a double crochet. And I'm going to do 3 more double crochet. So row 3, we're going to have the groups of 4 double crochet separated space by 2 chain. So again, into the space, 4 double crochets all in the same space, and 2 chain separation for space again, and create your groups again. So this row is going to be like that all the way around. So row 4, I'm going to come in with my 10 color. Now because it's 10, it's going to be hard to see, so I think I better put my black towel here. Poor thing, it's so rusted already from gel polishes and acrylics. You know, for some of you that don't know, I'm a nail tech, my profession. Yeah, I guess I can cut it because I had already tucked it. So yeah, so all my towels are all, no matter how much I wash them, they're just finished with all those products from nails, right? So anyway, we're going to come in any square if you're changing color, or you can just do all in the same color if you like. So I'm coming in with my cream color, my tan color, single and 2 chain. I'm going to do another double crochet and 2 chain separation and 2 more double crochets, all in the same space. And I want it to give reflex, so I have to make sure that it's always so hard to get these things organized over here. Okay, so try to hide whatever you can of your thread and then your yarn, whatever you're using. And then cut the excess off. Okay, so 2 groups of double crochet, 2 chain, and 2 groups. We're going to repeat that all the way around. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 3, and we're coming into the next square and create the groups again. Two chain separation for space and 2 more. I'll meet you at the end. Going into row 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I've closed in with my slip stitch after my 3 chain. We're going to work a double crochet into this next double crochet. So we slip stitch to it and do chain 2 or 3 for some of you. I'm going to do only 2 because it's enough height for my double crochet. Inside of the space here, I'm going to do 2 more double crochet, 2 chain separation for space, and 2 more inside of the space here in the center, and 1 double crochet on top of the double crochet here. So basically we're skipping the first one and skipping the last one. I'm going to do 1, 2 chain separation, and I'm coming into the second one. So we're skipping always the first one, coming inside of the space, and repeat the same thing as we just did. 2 double crochets, 2 chain separation, and 2 more double crochets, and 1 on top of the double crochet. So we're going to repeat this all the way around. I'll meet you at the end. Going into row 6 now. Row 6, row 7, row 8, row 9. It's going to be a repeat until the 17th row. The only difference is on my row 11th, I'm going to change color and do 3 rows of the different color, and then come back to the cream, the tan color, and continue until my 17th row. So this is just going to be a repeat. I'm not going to record it because it's just a repeat of everything. And this is where you afterwards measure your tabletop if that's the right fit for you, or you might have to go bigger. So we're always going to skip the first and the last double crochet. Chain 2 for me, chain 3 for some of you, depending upon the tension of your stitch. Inside of the space here, we're doing 2 double crochet, so we're increasing on the double crochet. We started with 2, 3, now 4, next row 5, 6, 7, and so on. 2 chain separation. Now when I get to my 11th row, or I'm changing color obviously, but I'll come back to you on it and show you the progress on it. Okay, so you're going to continue to do yours, let's say until the 11th row, until I come back. I'm going to continue mine. So we're going to always increase. So next row we're going to have 5 double crochets. It's always 2 inside, 2 chain separation, 2 more inside, 1 double crochet on top of double crochet, and the next space. We don't do the first or the last. Here is always chain 2. So this is always a repeat of the same thing. Nothing changes. And 2 chain separation for space, and again. Okay, so I'm going to continue mine. You can continue yours, or you could always advance the video, of course, and see the progress of the tablecloth. Okay, so nothing to it. Always adding 2 inside, 2 chain, and 2 more. Skipping always the first one and skipping the last one, and 2 chain space between the groups. I'll meet you at row 11. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much did until row 12. I had mentioned row 11, but I had made a mistake on the count. I had said that there was 17 rows of this, but it's not. It's 18 rows of it and not 17. So row let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So row 12, I'm changing colors and doing the exact same thing as we've been doing for the next 3 rows. That means row 13, row 14, and row 15. Okay, and then I'm changing colors again and coming back to the normal gray color. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the blue Nothing changes, everything stays the same. Skip the first one, go into the second one, and we continue to do our double crochets. Single, 2 chain, next space. Because in reality, in order for us to start the granny squares, we have to have 19 double crochets. Now, to have the 19 double crochets, we have to go until row 18 to have the 19 double crochets. Okay, I had mentioned 17, my mistake, I apologize. So we pretty much continue to do the double crochet. So this is row 13. We're going to do 2 inside of the center here, 2 chain separation, and continue again, 2 more inside. So nothing changes, everything pretty much stays the same. Okay. Whoops, but I missed my double crochet here. And we continue to do the double crochets. And we don't do the last one, so always skipping the first double crochet and the last double crochet. Okay, so we don't do this last one here. Chain 2 stays the same, and skip the first double crochet, going into the second, and continue on. So we are on row 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. In row 13, you're supposed to have 14 double crochets. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 rows in blue, and then I'm going to come back with the 3 rows of the tan color, which will be my 19th row. So continue yours. If you're doing one color only, just continue until, not 19th row, sorry, till your 18th row, and you should have 19 double crochets on your 18th row, and that's when we cut the thread, and we're going to proceed afterwards with the grannies. Okay, granny square. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much did my 18 rows. On my 13, I did 3 rows the same color, and then went back to the regular cream color. Now we cut the thread here at 18 row, and we're going to build the granny squares, which I've already started on mine so you can see. And this is going to be like that. So the first one we need to do is add right on the center of the motif, so it will be like a triangle, and everything else proceeds. So per each space from one motif to the other takes 2, 1 here and 1 here, and then it falls right into the corner again. So very simple, nothing to it, and I'll show you how that is done. We always start off by the first one here, which we are going to build the granny square. Now I've added on my corners, if you realize, I've added the blue like I did on here, just the corners one, just one, and the other 2 are the same color. Then I went back into, again, the blue, just to give it that little extra punch. Now, here's the thing. If you're making a bigger tablecloth, I can't remember the size of this. I'll only measure it when I'm done. If you're making a big a bigger tablecloth. That means that you need to add more rows on here. Now, to add the granny squares, we skip 4 space, so it's done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So that means it's hooked into 5 times. So you have to times it, you know, of course, by we skip 4 space, okay? I mean 3 space and going to 4. So we have 19, right? That means that you would have to add again another, let's say you're going to, instead of doing 1 here, you're going to do 2, right? Because you want it bigger, because this will be bigger. So that means you would have to add again another 9, because we not 9, sorry, another 19, correct? So that means that you would have like 38 on your double crochet in order to have 2 side by side, and then you're gonna have your corner one, if I'm making sense. So this has to be bigger. You have to always check how many double crochets you have, because we always skip 3, we go into the 4, skip 3, we go into the 4, right, to give us that space. So that means you would have to do 38 double crochets in order to put 2 in and have the same effect. So you would have to keep going until you have 38 double crochets and not just 19. Okay, if I'm making sense, and that will give you, and if you want it bigger, again, you have to keep adding by 19, correct? So just keep adding each time by 19 double crochets onto whatever you have already. So here's 19, so you add another 19. So that means you have to keep going bigger, and you'll have 38 double crochets altogether. That means you're going to fit 2 patterns side by side like this. Okay, and if you're going to go bigger, well, you have to, after the 38 double crochets, you add 19 more. So you have to go more rows until you achieve what you need to. Okay, just a little suggestion for you. Okay, let's get started on the granny square. Another thing I suggest you to do, if it's for the same size as this one, of course you could always advance to check the size, or in the description box, I should say, the size will be there. We need 24 granny squares. So what you can do is, if you're adding different colors, you keep the last color to the end, like the one here, so we can add on, because we create them, and the last row we add on with the actual color that we want it to be. So if you're creating different colors, or one color, doesn't matter, you can give it an advance and just leave the last row out. So when you're going to do the last row, you add on to the pattern. Okay, so I had created these ones and went along, and then I've continuing to create them. Okay, just to help you out, it makes it easier for you. Okay, so we're going to do chain 6, not including the slip stitch. So we don't count this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Going to the first one with a slip stitch. And then 1, 2, 3 chain. This is equal a double crochet. 2 more double crochet. We're going to create 4 groups separated by 2 chain space of 3 double crochet. So I did my 2 chain, and I'm doing 3 more groups. So we have 3 double crochet, 2 chain, 3 more double crochet, 2 chain, and the last group of 3 double crochet. 2 chain, coming into the the last chain that we did, and now we have the 4 groups. Make sure that you tuck in well your leftover thread. I'm going to make a knot here, right on the, well, we have the 2 chain separation. Okay, so I cut it too short, can't make a knot, no problem, because I'm going to stitch over it with the next row. Now, I thought I had more green here, but I don't. So I'm just going to use this one for now, just for sample, and then I'm taking it out because I have to get more green tomorrow. So you're going to any 2 chain separation there in the corner. Try to hide your thread at the same time. And chain 2, so single, chain 2. We're going to create the groups of 3 again, but on the same space. 2 groups, 2 chain separation, and 3 more. Double crochet. So very simple, nothing to it. 2 chain separation and into the next space, and create your 2 more double crochets. 2 chain separation and your 3 double crochets. So we're going to do this like this all the way around. Okay, so 2 chain again and the 2 groups, 2 chain and the 2 groups, and 2 chain, close it up on the 3rd chain. So we cut the thread if you're changing color and going to the next color. So on this one, so this is what it would look like. And so we're going to create the same thing. The 2 groups, 2 chain, 3 double crochet in the center of the space here. 2 chain and the 2 groups again. 2 chain and the 3 inside of the space here. So very simple, nothing to it. Single, 2 chain, and 2 more double crochet, 2 chain separation, and again 2 chain, come into the center of the space and create your 3 double crochets. 2 chain separation coming into the corner. We want to create the 2 groups again. So it's just a repeat all the way around. 2 chain separation. Two chain, and again create your 3 groups in 3 double crochet inside of the square. 2 chain, and you group again on the corner. And again 2 chain and create your 3 double crochets. 2 chain and your corner groups. 2 chain separation and 3 double crochets in the corner, same space. 2 chain and your last 3 double crochet in the empty space. If you're changing color, you can cut the thread right after. I'm going to use a thinner one here now because I don't want to poke a big hole here on the corner. I'm going to bring this thread here to the center. I'm going to make a knot. And this way I know it's not going to come apart. And then I'm just going to pull the rest through here because the next row is going to cover it. Okay. So I'm going to do the last row, and because I'm doing my corners with that blue, so I need to put my blue. So we come into the corner, we're going to create the same groups again in the corner. Single 2 chain, come in and do your double crochets. 2 chain. Because this is the first one that's going to be added on, we don't have to use this corner yet until we start adding other 2 chain separation. Coming into the next space. 2 chain again into the next space. Now obviously when you're adding on the second square, then you're going to start by the adding in the corners already. Okay, so here we're going to do just half of the group, so 3 double crochets, 1 chain, and I'm coming where the motive is, okay, right in the center, back to back, single. I'm going to finish my group inside of the same space. And create my 2 double crochets. So now I have my complete and my 2 chain, and finish the rest of the square the same way. Two chain, next square, your 3 double crochets. Chains, and in the center of the group here in the corner, you're going to create your groups. 3 double crochet, 2 chain for space, and 3 more double crochet. Two chain, and complete the rest of the granny square. So you're going to pretty much do, again, 2 chain, 3 double crochet. The group here in the corner, 2 chain, the 3 double crochet, 2 chain, the 3 double crochet, 2 chain, and close with the slip stitch up top. And I'm going to show you how we're going to add the second, because it's going to stay like this one here in the corner, the first one, okay? Okay, so we're doing the same thing as we just did. I'm going to create my 3 double crochets, 1 chain. Now, I'm going to come where I have my granny, and I'm going to work right from here, okay? So 1 chain, I'm going to grab the corner, do a single, back into the same corner, complete my corner with the 3 double crochets, 1 chain, back to back. I'm coming in where I have the space on the back one here with a single, coming to the front and create my 3 double crochets, 1 chain, coming into the back and going into the next space, coming into the front and complete my 3 double crochet, 1 chain again, coming into my last space here of the two chain separation, oops, no, and coming into the corner and do my 3 double crochet, 1 chain. Now where we have put that first square, we're going back in the same space and attach with a single. Come back into your corner again and complete your corner. Okay, so this is what we're doing here. So afterwards, when we're going to get to this side here, it's going to be attached on this side. Okay, so it becomes like a sort of V shape. 1 chain. And now we're going to count from the first double crochet back to back. 1, 2, 3. On the 4th one, single. We're going to come into the front square and complete our 3 double crochets, 1 chain, and again to the back, and we're going to count 1 right next to it where we attached. 1, 2, 3 on the 4th space, single, next space on the square, create our 3 double crochets, 1 chain, and again space right after. 1, 2, 3 on the 4th space, single, come into the corner, create the 3 double crochets, okay, 1 chain. So it would be like the same thing as you're getting into this corner here. So you're going to have to come back in. Now, of course, if you have the middle one, you'd be coming back in, then you'd continue through here, but we're not there yet. Actually, no, we're in the center of this one, sorry. But yes, I give you a good explanation just the same. So we have the 2 chain separations here, right? Okay, so we're going to count again. 1, 2, 3, 4th. And we're going to come back in to create our 3 double crochet. I'll show you in a second what it looks like. Our 2 chain, and we continue to close off the square because we only attach into 2 places like L shape, right? to chain separation into the next space and create your 3 double crochets, to chain into the corner, create your corner, to chain separation, complete your corner with the 3 double crochets, to chain and go into the space, 3 double crochet, to chain, 3 double crochet, to chain, then attach it on the last space. Okay, so coming in with the third square, of course I have to have all my threads all tangled up here. Okay, so I've done my 3 groups, and that group's 3 double crochet, 1 chain. I'm coming into my second square here on the corner, so we're going to work this way and that way, like an L shape. Okay, so close in the center with a single. I'm coming back in to complete my corner, 1 chain, coming into the square in the back, coming into the next space, create my 3 double crochets, one chain, coming into the back again and into the next space, create my 3 double crochets, 1 chain, into the last space here on the second square, granny square I should say, and into the corner. Now the difference is with this corner, we're not adding onto the granny square that is already added on. So we're going to show you here how I have it here, one of them that's done so you can understand. So we're going to do this. Okay, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th we're going to add. So we just close it up to here. So we did 3 corner, 1 chain, and now we're going to grab the other motif here, back with back, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3 on the 4th. We close it up. We're going to come back to the same space and finish off our corner on the granny square with 3 double crochets, 1 chain. Again, we're going to count 1, 2, 3 on the 4th, do a single, come into the front, create our 3 double crochets, 1 chain, come into the back with back, 1, 2, 3 on the 4th, come back and create the 3 double crochets, one chain, and again 1, 2, 3 and 4, come back into the corner, create your 3 double crochets on the corner, 1 chain, and we're going to come right in the center of the motif where, remember where we started the very first one? So right on the center. So basically we are on the side here now. Come back, finish our group in the corner, 2 chain, and complete the rest of our granny square. 2 chain, complete the 3 double crochets, 2 chain, into the corner, and do our corner, 2 chain, 3 double crochet, and 2 chain again, and complete our granny square. So basically this is what it looks like. So we started here and we're finishing here. This is where we're at. Now we're going to create again the middle, the first granny square. We're going to put it here, and we're going to add already this side to it. So as you see here, so basically we're going to add it like that here on the same space, through here and through here, if that makes sense to you, like that. Okay, which should have one ready here. So here it is. Okay, so very simple. First one. So in the center here, the motive, we have 3 for added onto the center here. This granny, and that granny. Okay, so you know your middle granny is like a V shape added on. Okay, so I'm just going to show you the other one here. So where we did the very first one, triangle, right? Now, because I don't have my green to do the other corner, because I have to get it tomorrow, I have the blue here, right? So you would just, again, do the same thing. We're here on the center where the 2 chains are. So 1, 2, 3 on the 4th. Come in and finish your group. One chain, 1, 2, 3 on the 4th. Whoops. We're going into the same space. Not good. We don't need 3 groups in the corners, right? We only need 2 groups in the corners. Good God. One chain, and again 1, 2, 3 on the 4th. One, 2, 3 on the 4th. Into the corner. One chain, and now we come into the corner where we have our very first and second granny square, and then come back into the corner and finish creating your group. In the corner, one chain, back to back into the first 2 chain on the granny square behind you, into the front, create your 3 double crochets, 1 chain, into the back, one chain, into the back, and now into our corner, one chain, and into the corner in the back one. Come into the front and complete our corner. Two chain, and we're going to complete the granny square. 3 double crochet, 2 chain, and 3 more double crochet. Two chain, and we're going to come into the corner. And then just go into any space you can and make your knot. Then just go through some of the spaces because we're still going to work on these edges of the granny square. So whatever thread we have left over, if it's a little bit, doesn't matter because we're going to hide it in the next rows. And there it is. And then we'd proceed and continue on, right? Like this. So bring you back here more, where I have more completed. So this would be the corner one, the very first one. And then one granny on this motive. Skip the 4 chains, all of this here. Go into the 4th one, create your other granny, and then on the same space the middle one, and on the same space start off again with the next motive. So complete your 24, and I'm going to check if I have enough space on this video. If not, I will see you in the second part. Thank you, everyone.